Brown. Girls are beautiful. I am your hostess and your melanated queen. Right now, the topic is to be careful. Make sure I can be heard, y'all. Hope y'all are having a wonderful Saturday. Heute ist Samstag. Heute ist Samstag, you all. All right, so I don't know if I can be heard right now. Y'all probably hear my cat in the background. He's crying. I don't know what he wants. Maybe he wants some food, but he's gonna have to wait because they're basically out of cat food. So they're gonna have to wait. Okay, good. I can be heard. So, everybody, I just wanted to say be careful out here, especially ladies. Please be careful because I was watching this story and it popped up on my news feed. I think it was like early this AM or late last night. And I was in the video watching what took place. And it's the story of a lady named Dakara Thompson. Dakara Thompson, and she was 19 years old. This happened in Maryland, you all. And here's a picture of Takara right here. If y'all can see this, that is what she looks like. This is the guy that is responsible for her untimely demise. Now, the story goes that Dakara was staying with her father, and I believe they were, let me see, where were they living? Out in Atlanta? Because I think the mother was living in, I think the mother was living in Maryland. Hold on one second, y'all. I believe the mother was in Maryland, and I think she was from, let me see. I have to read the article again, y'all, because it was late when I was watching this. Hold on one second. Dakara Thompson. All right, let me click on this. Actually, this was updated just 21 hours ago. Okay, so they got a man that was charged with murder of missing woman. He's an illegal immigrant, everyone, and he was out on bail after a prior DWI arrest. So the man reportedly was in the U.S. illegally and was charged with taking the 19-year-old off of this planet, whose body was discovered off of a highway earlier this week. Hugo Hernandez Mendez. Hugo Hernandez Mendez, age 35. So she was 19, he was 35, of Bowie, Maryland, was arrested Thursday in the unaliving of Dakara Thompson, the PG County Police Department said. Hernandez Mendez is an illegal immigrant and had a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement detainer issued on Thursday. So he had an ICE detainer issued on Thursday. Prince George County Police Department told Fox News department was not releasing the immigration status of Hernandez Mendez. ICE did not immediately respond when Fox News reached out. That's craziness, right? This is what this guy looks like, y'all. This guy was over here illegally, and apparently he met up with Dakara Jackson. I'm sorry. She was 19. The news outlet also reported that U.S. Park Police arrested Hernandez for DWI in April, but he was released pending a court appearance. Fox News Digital reached out to the Park Police but did not immediately hear back. Okay, so Thompson's family reported her missing on August 23rd of this year. On Sunday, y'all, her body was discovered dumped in a grassy area near Route 50 in Anne Arundel County. Have y'all ever been to Arundel Mills? What's happening? Hello. What's good? ADR1. So this is Dakara Jackson that went, I'm sorry, I keep saying Jackson. Dakara Thompson, y'all, went missing, and allegedly this is the guy that did it, okay? He's been arrested for this. Now he was over here illegally, and he already had got arrested and stopped for a DWI, but they let him go. Detectives executed a search warrant on the home Thursday and uncovered evidence that suggested Thompson had been taken off this planet in the bedroom of the home, police said. Hernandez Mendez lived at the home in the bedroom where authorities say that the transpiring of the demise happened. Police said he has access to the black SUV that Thompson was seen entering. So, how did he get access to her vehicle? Okay. And then it says Hernandez Mendez was charged with first and second degree in her demise. That's crazy, y'all. Maryland government Westmore released a statement on the death investigation Friday, calling Thompson a bright light who was committed to public service. So here's the thing. This is actually what took place. She was staying with her father and she left the house and she told her father, I guess he texted her before he went to sleep. So he said, just checking on you. I love you like that. So she texted him back and said, I am out getting gas. I should be back later. I love you too. But she never came back. So when she never came back, I guess they put out like a missing persons report on her, and this is how they were able to trace like back her steps because they started pinging her iPhone, they started pinging her cell phone. And the last ping was like at the location of where she parked. They said she parked like along the side of the street, but like her car was pointed going in the wrong, facing the opposite direction of traffic in front of a fire hose. And they said she had her key fob with her, she had her cell phone with her, but she actually left her house key in the car. Her house keys were in her car. What else was in her car? She had like three other personal items that she left in her car. She only took her cell phone with her, and she only took her key fob to the car with her. So that's what happened. What's good, Carl R? So basically, this guy dumped her body, y'all, along the side of the road and then vanished. That's what happened. Here it is right here. You can look the story up. He dumped her along the side of the road. So ladies, I'm just saying be real careful because this happened very early in the AM. I think around late last night, not last night, but late in the nighttime to the early AM. I don't know if I think they caught her on video at like 4:30 AM on surveillance. You know how like people pull cameras? They caught her getting out of the car and walking towards him. So when she walked towards him, I believe she got in his vehicle, and then that's when they left the scene. But her phone did not ping anywhere else, so he must have had her to turn her cell phone off. So they must have gone to an undisclosed location, and then she was what am I up to? Nothing. Talking about this story, telling people out here to be careful, Carl. So and that's what happened. All right, so let's see. He is suspected of murdering the teen in his bedroom after surveillance showed her getting into a black SUV that took her to the house in Bowie, the Prince George County Police Department said. This is craziness. This is craziness, y'all. And I looked at the video footage. So my thing is, if she told her daddy she was going to get gas, she probably did get gas, and then she probably, after she got the gas, I'm thinking that she probably met up with this guy. I don't know if he texted her phone or what, because they should be able to pull these cell phone records to see what happened. Yep, mean world, especially ICE. You said ICE are Nazis? Oh, oh my goodness, y'all. Thanks for the likes, by the way. Yeah, so I mean, this is a very interesting. There were so many stories that I actually watched last night about young women going missing. And I know that 19 years old, technically that's an adult, but this guy was 35. And a lot of times they prey on younger females. I don't know if y'all remember, oh, it was a girl out in Aruba, a blonde-headed girl, and she made nationwide news. And they went on a trip and they never found Natalie Holloway. I don't know if y'all remember Natalie Holloway. Until this day, I don't know if they ever found that girl. She had long blonde hair, and I believe she was going on like a trip with the college or either with the high school. I can't remember. She was really young. She ended up missing, and I know she had met some guy, and they never did find that girl. Yes, they will reap what they sow, definitely, Carl. There's another girl that I remember, Taylor Beal, y'all. Taylor Beal went missing. Actually, at the college that I went to, Taylor Beal made national news too. And right along the street that she came missing off of where they last saw her, I actually walked along that street because I used to actually go to that college. And what ended up happening with Taylor Beal, she didn't even get to start her first semester, y'all. So she did get checked in by her parents. I guess they got her settled in, but then almost a similar scenario, she left, and I think she might have had like keys, cell phone. She didn't take much. She met this guy, and she must have was dealing with this guy unbeknownst to her parents. He was older. I think he was like 28. Taylor Bill came up missing, and then later on they found her body somewhere like in the field somewhere. And it's just very unfortunate that these things keep happening. Taylor Bill had like brunette hair, I believe, something like that. She was skateboarding. That's the last time people saw her. She was skateboarding like at night in the dark around there at the college. And it was just a travesty, y'all, that this keeps happening over and over and over again. So, my advice, and even to the guys out there, you got to be careful because from what I understand, what I've heard is that females also set up guys. Like they will entice a guy, they will be flirtatious with a guy, and they will set him up to get robbed. And sometimes a robbery can turn bad. Their life can be in jeopardy. I actually know a few stories. I know of a few people that this has happened to, that they told me about what went on with that. And I'm like, y'all let these females set y'all up. It's just not worth it. No, I don't care how attractive the person is. I don't care how lustful you are. And same thing with the females. I know, females are out here and they are very, I don't know, gullible, naive, unsuspecting, or these people win over your trust. But especially like if you're very, it doesn't matter if you're young or older, because this is happening to a lot of people out here, y'all. And especially if you have children, because a lot of the stories that I was listening to, these females had children. And in one of the cases, this little girl named Zoe was taken off this earth by the guy, and he also took out the mother, y'all. Craziness, craziness. So my advice is, you know, if you're very selective about certain things in your life, like, oh, you go shopping, you spend all this time at the mall picking out clothes, thinking about your hair, thinking about you could spend all this time in a nail salon, getting pedicures, manicures, beautifying yourself, getting makeup done, eyelashes, eyebrows. It's so much that females be out here doing in the name of beauty. They take longer time beautifying themselves than they do actually getting to know a person before they put themselves in harm's way with this person, like trusting this person. Some of these stories, the girls have only known them for like a week or less, and then they're alone with these people. And it's a dangerous situation, y'all. So if you can take all this time on your hair, your nails, beautifying yourself, picking out outfits, thinking about what you're going to wear, the superficial things that really doesn't matter, then you need to take out some time to investigate and examine the people that you are being alone with. Especially don't be going to their house, and don't let them come to your house. That's not happening. If you're going to meet these people, send your location to someone, because a lot of these devices, like they have the Life 360 app, sometimes that's how they're finding these situations happening. Please send your location to somebody. If you don't send it to a relative or a family member, send it to a friend. Let somebody know where you're going to be, right? And I would highly suggest don't just have one phone, have two phones, because in some of these scenarios, they'll take your phone so that you cannot reach out for help. It was another case where I saw this girl. She was with her alleged friends, and it was like 7 to 8 friends took this girl and tortured her for 30 hours, y'all. 30 hours. And not only that, they moved her around to like 3 different locations out in Alabama because they didn't want to get caught. They actually assaulted her, they violently assaulted her, they psychologically abused her, and then they filmed it, right? She was able to get her phone for a brief minute or a brief second when they kind of let their guards down, and she was able to text her mother, and she said, call police, hurry. And she said she tried to send the apartment number, she tried to say where she was. She said, do not call. And those were her final text messages that she sent to her mother. And her mother did get the message, and she immediately called the police. What they ended up doing was taking this girl's phone. They told her, unlock your phone, give me the password to your phone. And then they promised her that if she gave the password to her phone, they would, let her go, and they wouldn't do anything to her. So what she did was she gave them the password because I guess she was fearful. And they ended up taking her out of the apartment, put her, out into these woods, and then the guy, you know, executed her in the back of her head in front of everybody. That's what they did to this girl. And it was like three females and like four dudes involved in that, y'all. So this is what I'm saying. And these were allegedly her friends. And the reason why they did that is because one of the guys stole her gun, and she figured out that he took it. So what she did was she went to wherever he was, and she had another gun, and she basically made him strip down, and she threatened him with the gun in front of everybody and humiliated him. So after that altercation was over, he did give her her gun back, but it wasn't over. So this guy tells the rest of the friends, get her. So they already conjured up this scheme to, I guess, get in her presence again. I don't know if they called her over, if they went over there, whatever type of way, they ended up in the presence of this girl. What's good, King Hazy? What's good? And when they did that, this is when they started assaulting her. This is when they started abusing her. This is when they started doing all these devastating things. So, your friends, y'all, you got to watch these so called friends. It sounds like they were already into some shady business practices in the first place. You got to be real careful about these alleged people you call your friends. You got to be real careful about these people that you're out here meeting, y'all. They cannot be trusted. Y'all need to be doing background checks. It is worth spending the money to get a background check at this point. And if you're thinking about marrying someone, people need to pull credit reports, okay? Because that's how dire the situation is right now. People need to be pulling credit reports, background checks, criminal records. You need to really do research on people, because they are, very deceitful out here. Ladies, melanated queens, whoever, I don't care who you are, be real careful when meeting strangers. It's stranger danger going on out here. And especially if you're going to put these people in the presence of your children, that shouldn't even be happening. You shouldn't even be having these strange people around your children whatsoever. That should not occur. I don't care. I mean, and I don't care if you are, a single mother, and you want companionship. It's just not worth it. If you want to meet the person, go to a public place. Like I said, let somebody know where you are. The older you get, the less friends you have. It's true. The older you get, the less friends you have, because you start to learn in life that these people are not really your friends. It was another scenario where the females were laughing. These were alleged friends. They went to the club with this woman. She was already on Instagram making threats to this other lady about this guy that they were both in a relationship with. So the woman goes to the club, and she's looking for the guy and the woman. She takes a gun because she already said that she was going to use it on them. So she's threatening, telling people in the party what she's about to do. She waiting for him outside. One of the friends, one of the alleged friends, she's laughing about it. Ah ha ha ha! Let me go get this gun. She's so crazy. Let me get this gun from her. She talking about she about to shoot these people. Don't you know that woman pulled her gun out and was about to use it, and the other woman had already left outside of the club and shot her first. And so that woman that made all the threats didn't make it, and her children have to suffer, right? A lot of these stories I hear that be going on with these females have children, a lot of them. And this has been going on for years. Y'all, I remember like stories that I heard back in like 2016, 2017. One of my friends, and y'all probably heard about it because they talked about it, Tia and Tamara. I think it was, who was it, Tamara? Yeah. So what show was that? It was the talk, no, The Real. They talked about it on The Real. What's good? Is that David? Hola, ¿cómo está? Buenos días. On The Real. So this girl was 33 years old and she's a nice looking girl. She had gone to college, she had a son, and she was doing very well for herself financially. And she had opened up a hair salon. Don't you know, because of the dude, I remember because I met the dude and I met the girl. We went to this Christmas party. My friend had this, gathering. He invited me to it. So her and the dude were allegedly together. They were all playing cards, and lo and behold, he was messing with other females, right? It was all over Instagram. What's the topic, Sue Gwen? Telling these people, especially these females, to be careful out here dealing with these stranger danger creatures. Um, so anyway, the girl, she ended up getting into a dispute with another female, right? So the guy must have called her and was showing off because he was already messing with another girl, had already got another female pregnant. I think for the second time behind her back after he proposed to her. Keep in mind, she already had a son. So I guess she had co-signed for a car for him, which I don't advise any female to ever do that. And I guess she was asking for the car back, and he was kind of showing off on her. So some type of way, when she got this phone call, she left her apartment. Now I want y'all to keep in mind her prior apartment had gotten robbed, so she went and upgraded her apartment to this really nice apartment. And she, like I said, she was doing very well financially for herself. So she had upgraded her car. She was driving a Mercedes. So everything was going good. She was looking good, kept herself up. And she gets this phone call. Her son is at the apartment. I think she left out to go to where this other apartment complex, and it was kind of like in the hoodish area, y'all. She should have never done that. And I want to tell y'all ladies this, don't come like Mariah said off of love, what is it, love and medicine, I can't remember. Don't ever come off your throne to throw tomatoes with peasants, right? If these people are in the hood and they're trying to taunt you into something, let them stay there. It's not worth it. She goes over there that night, leaves out of the apartment, and they get to arguing in the parking lot, right? The people said they heard arguing in the parking lot. So what ends up happening? They both, this woman, this pregnant girl, I think she pulled out a gun, and the female that went over there pulled out a gun. They get to shooting at each other, and apparently this girl didn't make it. So she's basically taken out in her Mercedes Benz, y'all. That's the picture that they showed on the news. Y'all probably heard about the story because I know that Tamara Mowry talked about it on the Real very briefly. And jealousy goes a long way. It is not worth it, y'all. This dude went on with his life. They had a funeral and everything. I don't know if he did show up or not, but from my understanding, this dude was out in Vegas, traveling and everything after this happened. One of the when I went to get my hair done, because the woman knew, the lady that does my hair, she knew the girl and she was telling me about it. And one of the other people knew the guy and they were talking about it. And she said he came in to get a haircut and he seemed kind of down about it, but he was not tormented like I'm sure the mother and the son was. So the guy that they were arguing over, uh, the baby was born. He's gone on with his life. He was on Instagram, still flexing, acting like everything was all good. Never really mentioned her at all. Not like that. I mean, he might have said a few words, if that, but it wasn't like it was really worth her losing her life over him. That was not worth it, y'all. Because he's the type, you could look at him and see he was the type that he could not be trusted. I remember I saw him too. I was at the store, and he had walked in the store with some people he knew, and they were getting, I guess, some clothes to go to his aunt's funeral or something. But yeah, it's just craziness out here. This is why I say be real careful, ladies, and even guys, be real careful who you surround yourself with. You know, these people can't be trusted out here. Don't easily trust people. Don't be having them at your house. Don't be being alone, especially females with these guys. Meet at public places. Let somebody know. Share your location. Have multiple phones. Have a way to defend yourself. Have things on you that people can't detect, so that if something, even if you have to get an AirTag tracker and put it on somewhere on your body or in your clothes, and have it set for someone to AirTag track you, do that. But then I don't want it to start beeping, because those AirTag trackers, one thing about them, they will beep. If the other person has like an iPhone, it'll say the AirTag tracker is moving with you. And if they push the button, they can track the AirTag tracker. But yeah, it's got to be some ways out here that y'all can defend yourselves. Don't go anywhere in the vicinity of a person without carrying something to defend yourselves. And even if you have to take self defense classes, do that. Or you can even have someone to be in the vicinity to follow you. Yeah, because it's real out here. If you really have to, like, have them to sit at another table. You know what I mean? It's your first time meeting this person. But whatever you do, don't leave the place and don't ride in the vehicle with them. Don't go to their location by yourself, and don't let them come to your location. Don't even let them know where you live. Actually, don't even let them know if you live by yourself. Don't let them know you live by yourself. And then here's another thing that I would advise you to do: give your key to your house to somebody else that you can trust, so that if anything goes down, they can easily access your property. So it could be a friend on another side of town, it could be a friend that doesn't live far from you. Have a way that your close trusted person can enter your residence at any time. I don't care if you have to give them like the key, the code to like your gate, the code to get into like your house, because you know now they have like the press key, keyless entry door pads. If you have to share that with them. Also, if you give them the key or the code to your garage door opener, so, because you can get into the garage that way, but have a key somewhere where someone can access it that you thoroughly trust. You know, if you have an alarm, make sure you set it, make sure you use it, make sure you're checking your windows, your back doors, make sure you're just doing a lot of things to protect yourself. And even I would go so far as, if you have guests at the house or if you have an event at your house, take the knives and hide them, right? Don't have them sitting out in the kitchen. People are crazy, y'all. People are real crazy in this world. Yeah, so like I said, background checks, credit checks, especially if you're thinking about trying to get to the point of marriage, because you know some people do that, and they get into a situation where people got messed up credit, y'all. That's a whole different topic right there. You need to be getting credit checks if you're thinking about getting into a marriage. Don't let them drag you down. Don't let them have you co-signing for things, putting stuff in your name. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And please don't let them around your children. Don't let them around your children. The children don't deserve to be put in danger. They are very vulnerable, y'all. So I just wanted to have that topic of discussion. I hope y'all all are having an amazing Saturday. Heute ist Samstag. I'm not going to be on here much longer because I need to get out the house and do some things. But thank you for the likes. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And thank y'all for just, coming in and saying hi to me. I appreciate you all for tuning in today. I just wanted to touch on that because, there's a lot going on out here, and we just really got to be careful, y'all. All right, Brown Girls Are Beautiful is signing out. I'll tune in with y'all later. Stay blessed, y'all.